have trouble starting these videos sometimes because I don't know, like, I don't know how. So when I was a kid, so I have cousins. Should I start there? So I lived near Mexico. Maybe that's a good place to start. And when I was growing up, like when I was a little kid, like, I don't know, 6 or something. Sometimes what people do is they'll drive south and go to Tijuana for the day. My cousins went to Mexico, I don't know how many times, but they told me about it. I finally had my chance to go. I don't know if I was in kindergarten, first grade, maybe second grade, I don't know. I went with my mom, my aunt, and my cousins. I still remember it to this day, and I've been to Mexico since, but that was my first trip, and I don't know if, like, you're like me, but when you do your first time of anything is always the most memorable. Is that just me, or are other people like it? It was quite the adventure. I loved it. I wanted to show you guys this fish that I got. If I'm remembering correctly, I got this fish on my first trip to Tijuana. It's funny I say that because I just watched a video on how your brain can have false memories, so maybe I'm remembering this completely wrong, but this is how it is in my head. When I was a kid, I was really into fish for some reason. I don't know why, but I loved tropical fish, anything fish related. I loved it. I don't even know what this is made out of, but it's like a black fish, but when the light hits it just right, it turns gold. I have a ceramic fish, or I had a ceramic fish that was like Calavera style, I guess. I don't know if I said that right. That I think I got in Olvera Street. And Olvera Street is this place in LA. It's really cool. It's like a slice out of Mexico that's just been implanted in... Ooh, I just spit. That's just been implanted into Los Angeles. I hate going to LA. Los Angeles is a garbage pile, but I do like Olvera Street. I don't know where that ceramic fish got off to. I don't think I have it anymore. Anyway, so when I went to Mexico, one of the things that I'd heard about was that there were... This probably isn't the PC term, but I don't know what else to call them. There were beggars all around. I guess my mom and aunt gave us all, like, pennies to give to them. So that was, like, something that we did while we were in Tijuana, is that we would just, like, when we saw a beggar, we'd give them a couple cents. I remember I loved this trip. I had so much fun running around Tijuana. It was great. Oh, I remember 2 things, actually. I remember we were, like, in a square or something, and there was a seat, and I wanted to sit down because I was tired, so I sat down in this chair. Why do I remember these things? I sat down in this chair, and then this girl in, like, a pink shirt, I think, walked up to me and just kind of stared at me, and my cousin said, Lance, I think you took her chair. And I was like, oh crap, how embarrassing. So I got up and left. And another thing was when we were getting ready to go home, go back to the gate, the border, cross the border back into America, we walked by this food cart that had all these, I don't remember exactly what was in it, but in my head I remember cheese and honey. And there was this block of what looked like Swiss cheese that all these bees had swarmed onto. So I don't know what was in the cheese. It was like a mixture of honey and cheese. Maybe it wasn't cheese at all. Maybe it was like honeycomb. I really don't know. But in my head, it looked like a block of Swiss cheese. Whatever it was, the bees liked it. And so this guy's food cart kind of got like overtaken by these bees, which looking back, I wonder if they were Africanized honeybees, killer bees. I don't know, maybe they weren't. I didn't get stung. They weren't acting very, what's the word? Aggressive. I just remember there was this food with all these bees on it. That was my first trip to Tijuana. Still remember it to this day, and I was a little kid when I went. But that was so much fun. Yeah, so I went to Tijuana.